world commendation in itself. Mr. President, like others have said, when I was in the trade unions, we used to question why government should devote so much resources to defense at the expense of education, healthcare, infrastructure. Over the past couple of years, given all that we have faced as a nation with regards to insecurity, I am now convinced, more than ever before, that none of those other important sectors can be safe unless we have security. And therefore, like all those who have spoken before me have said, I can't question why defense should have a lion's share of the budget. But the lessons we have learned since we assumed duties here is that budgetary provisions alone will not translate to the kind of outcome Mr. President spoke to, namely that our defense policies or management of our defense procurement should be guided in a way as to lay more emphasis on technology and have a much more smart, robust, and effective defense system. This will require that our defense committee, which was happily is chaired by the immediate past Senate president, that our defense people need to be refocused. Even the issue of the defense, because I live in Kaduna, we find at Daikon, at a point, Daikon was producing furnitures. And in Kaduna, it was a joke of the town that people who, an institution set up to manufacture arms, at the same time, a similar institution was set up in Brazil. Why Brazil are now manufacturing evil jets? Defense industries, Kaduna was producing furnitures. I'm not sure exactly what they are doing now. But just to say that my experience has taught me that throwing money at people without ensuring that they use the money strictly for the purpose for which it was appropriated can always lead to what I call goal displacement, replacing popular goal with what is convenient to those who are charged with the responsibility of managing resources that are appropriated for them. I also believe that the right emphasis was placed on health, on education, etc. I don't think any of us here will question those, because over the past 1 year, I can't count how many universities and how many colleges of education or how many technical skill acquisition we have set up. All of those will require resources to fund if they are signed into law. The key issue, Mr. President, that I think our Senate, particularly with reference to our Finance Committee, are chaired by Sani and Abiru and others, I want your attention. This time around, the Senate, through your committees, must ensure that the budget is based on 1,500 naira to the dollar. Everything must be done to ensure that the naira is protected. The purchasing power parity of the naira today, in my view, is grossly undervalued. The naira can buy in Nigeria much more than a dollar can buy in US. And to remove speculation from our economy, leading to hyperinflation, Nigeria needs to be certain that nothing will make the naira depreciate any further. That will require that the Senate committees, as appropriate, working with CBN, monetary authorities, and the fiscal authorities, must guide jealously this figure. We should take them as a decree, just to emphasize my concern about it, that nothing should make the dollar fluctuate further, so that there will be price stability. The target of Mr. President, which he read to us and many of us clamped, was that from current level of inflation that is averaging around 30%, that the target is to cut it down to 15%. What that means is to protect and even enhance our real living standard. Now, to achieve 15% inflation, will require that the exchange rate remain stable as a precondition for general price stability in the economy. The inflation we have faced is not a result of more money chasing few goods or what the economists call demand pull. The inflation we have faced is the result of cost push. Central to that cost push is exchange rate. That is why we can't speak too much about the need to ensure that this figure in the budget is realized throughout the year. Lastly, I'm happy with the President's emphasis on returning the manufacturing sector, because all of us here are under pressure from young men and the not so young for jobs. Those jobs will not be created by bankers or by banks. They will be created by the civil service. They will be created by conditional cash transfer. They can only be created by the manufacturing sector. When we come to the details, we will see through the Ministry of Industries what new initiatives are put in place to ensure that the manufacturing sector gradually return back so that our young people can get jobs, and it will contribute to ensuring peace and security in our respective constituencies. Thank you very much, Mr. President, for allowing me to speak for 1 minute 56 seconds. Thank you, sir.